The entertainment and political worlds are reeling tonight after the sudden and tragic loss of conservative commentator Charlie Kirk. Celebrities and public figures alike have flooded social media with emotional tributes, following shocking reports that the 31-year-old was fatally shot while speaking at Utah Valley University on September 10th. The heartbreaking news was first confirmed by former President Donald Trump, who announced Kirk's passing with a deeply personal message. Trump wrote, "No one had a deeper connection with America's youth than Charlie. He was admired by all, especially by me. He has gone far too soon. Melania and I send our prayers to his loving wife, Erica, and his family. Charlie, we love you." Soon after Trump's statement, the internet erupted with raw and emotional reactions. Journalists, celebrities, and politicians alike struggled to find words in the face of such a devastating act of violence. Some even admitted they didn't know how to move forward, either in news coverage or as a nation. Hollywood stars were among the first to speak out. Actor Chris Pratt shared a heartfelt post on X, writing, "Praying for Charlie Kirk, for his wife, for their young children, and for our country. We need God's grace more than ever. God help us." Late-night host Jimmy Kimmel also urged the public to set aside political differences, calling for a rare moment of unity. He posted, "Instead of finger-pointing, can we just agree that shooting another human being is monstrous and wrong? On behalf of my family, we send love to the Kirks and to all families who have lost loved ones to senseless gun violence." Actress Candace Cameron Bure expressed her grief on Instagram with a faith-filled tribute, writing, "We love you, Charlie. Well done, good and faithful servant." She ended her message with a white dove and cross emoji, symbolizing peace and hope amid the heartbreak. Even inside the White House, officials described the mood as one of shock, sorrow, and devastation. According to reports from NBC News, many there were left shaken, struggling to process the sudden loss. Kirk wasn't just a commentator. He was a close ally of Donald Trump and credited by the former president as a major influence in his 2024 election win. Across the conservative movement, tributes poured in. Vice President J.D. Vance remembered a small but powerful gesture from years ago that blossomed into a lasting friendship. He recalled how, back in 2017, after an appearance on Tucker Carlson's show, Kirk unexpectedly reached out to compliment him. A simple act of kindness that sparked a bond that lasted until Kirk's final day. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt also shared a deeply personal memory. She posted, "When I ran for Congress at just 23 years old, Charlie was among the very first to believe in me. He supported and endorsed my grassroots campaign when few others would." Meanwhile, Speaker of the House Mike Johnson honored Kirk with a moment of silence on the House floor. Speaking to reporters, he urged Americans to pray for the Kirk family and reminded the nation that political violence is becoming far too common and that this is not who we are meant to be as a country. Reactions weren't limited to the conservative side. Democrats, too, condemned the tragedy. Former Vice President Kamala Harris expressed her outrage, writing, "Doug and I are deeply disturbed by the shooting in Utah. We send prayers to Charlie's family. Political violence has no place in America. We must work together to ensure this never leads to further division or bloodshed." California Governor Gavin Newsom, who had recently featured Charlie Kirk on his own podcast, also weighed in, calling the attack disgusting, vile, and reprehensible. He added that all forms of political violence must be rejected without hesitation. This moment has drawn an unusually united front, with leaders and celebrities from across the political spectrum sharing one clear message: America must not allow hatred and violence to decide its future. Even now, tributes and messages of support continue to pour in online, as many remember Charlie Kirk not just as a commentator, but as a husband, a friend, and a voice, one that left a mark on both politics and culture. And while the investigation into the attack is still ongoing, the shockwaves it has sent across the nation remind us of one painful truth. No matter where you stand politically, tragedy of this kind leaves no winners, only heartbreak.